Bridgerton Season 3 is right around the corner, and the first footage of Penelope Featherington and Colin Bridgerton debunks a concern about their romance. Bridgerton Season 2 ended with Penelope overhearing Colin telling his friends that he would never dream of courting her. After the sting of her confrontation with Eloise, Penelope was devastated. Season 3 will see Penelope putting herself out there more in a bid to find a husband, and Colin will factor into that part of her story in a big way. The setup for Bridgerton Season 3 will pave the way for Colin and Penelope's romance, which has been both highly anticipated and approached with more than its fair share of apprehension. After all, there is a lot of history between them already, and Penelope and Colin's romance actually breaks character tradition from previous seasons. As the season draws closer to its release date, Netflix has released a first-look clip featuring Penelope and Colin flirting with each other, with the latter looking quite flustered following Penelope's comment about being captivated by the blueness of his eyes. Colin and Penelope's romance already looks great in Bridgerton Season 3's first footage. Colin leans into Penelope for a kiss in Bridgerton Season 3. The Bridgerton Season 3 clip is only 30 seconds long, but it goes a long way to tease Colin and Penelope's romance. For those who might have approached their upcoming romance with some trepidation, the footage might change their minds. In a brief moment, Penelope gazes deeply into Colin's eyes and compliments them. It's obvious he's taken by her words, and he's also taken aback by his own reaction to her. The scene is full of romantic tension, and it seems genuine and heartfelt without leaving out the much-needed heat between them. One of the biggest concerns regarding Penelope and Colin's relationship stemmed from their previous history. Their romance will unfold in a way that doesn't provide them with a clean slate, but builds on all that came before, and there's a lot that came before. Such wasn't the case for Daphne and Simon or Kate and Anthony, who will be returning in Bridgerton Season 3. However, the flirty nature of the scene suggests there'll be some swoon-worthy moments coming, and quite a bit of sexual tension that wasn't present in previous seasons, especially considering how much bolder Penelope seems to be. Colin and Penelope's romance will be different, but that's good for Bridgerton. Colin and Penelope look at each other and smile in Bridgerton Season 3. Colin and Penelope are the first Bridgerton couple to have been in every season of the show thus far. They've each had their individual journeys, grown, and faced more than a bit of conflict and heartbreak. Their romance will be based in friendship first, which is a far cry from Season 1 and Season 2's storylines. But while Colin and Penelope's romance is different, it offers a nice change from what came before. It mixes things up a bit and suggests Season 3 won't be a retread of past romances. What's more, Colin and Penelope's romance is already gearing up for a conflict regarding Lady Whistledown, as well as addressing Eloise's falling out with Penelope. In a way, audiences know what to anticipate to some extent, but that doesn't make Bridgerton Season 3 any less interesting. The series could also employ the use of flashbacks to give us more of Colin and Penelope's story, including their first meeting. These kinds of differences give Season 3 a unique lens, especially for a show that shook things up by bypassing Benedict's love story, which came next in Julia Quinn's books. What will happen with Colin and Penelope based on the Bridgerton books? Penelope and Colin are much older in the books and, based on Bridgerton Season 3 synopsis, the direction of their romance will take a different turn in the series. Based on their book, Romancing Mr. Bridgerton, Colin learning Penelope is Lady Whistledown will cause much tension between them. Colin gets angry that Penelope has been hiding her secret for so long, but he also admits he's jealous that she's found something so fulfilling. In the novel, Colin is also confused about his feelings and ponders whether what he's feeling for Penelope is love. After making out, they get engaged, and they're married shortly after having sex for the first time, though Bridgerton might change that considering it's a bit too close to how both of the show's previous romances played out. Bridgerton Season 3 is already changing things up for Colin and Penelope, starting with the former helping the author land a husband but instead falling for her himself. Naturally, the book ends with the pair living happily ever after having settled any issues between them, and there's no doubt the series will have laid any similar conflicts to rest by its finale.